It's a sad day out there. I don't know. I wasn't scared or anything. When we loaded off, had loading into them LCVPs, and we're supposed to rendezvous till they all got out and go in together. And my boat, when we loaded on it, the coxswain on it, he took off and went to the beach. Just the 30 of us. And of course,
wasn't he supposed to kind of loop around and wait for everybody?
Yeah, till they all loaded and all go in together.
Mm-hmm.
And he took off. We landed, of course, on the beach. There was obstacles. These obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
Had just room for, you had to be aim a boat right to get between them.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a charge on the end toward the sea. Well, there ain't nothing to talk about it except you going in, people are shooting at you. We blowed that fence to get off the beach. Then, there was steep banks all along the beach going up inland. And we went up that, and they said they had it mined. And our lieutenant is with us. He told us, he said, in a single file, we'll go up through here to the top. And if the front one gets knocked off, the next one takes over. And that's the way we went out, but we didn't hit no mines. I don't know whether they're there or not. And we got on top. And the lieutenant stuck a bandage in his arm. We had fixed bandits on the boat. And I don't know why we had them. And he got up on the edge of the boat to look in when we got near the beach. And he dropped his arm down on a guy's bayonet.
Oh.
And he went on, and they had to take him off the field, get that arm straight down.
Mm-hmm.
And we had and the Germans fired big loud bombs to break morale of the soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
That is the purpose of it. And wasn't long till the rest of the outfit come in. And they had it rough. And they, what we call, I can't think, exits on the beach, going out through the high banks. And they landed in front of them, which the Germans had that covered and wiped the whole come down. A company. And our people had a rough time. Drowning and being shot and everything like that. We finally made it in. In other words, that book shows what some of the beach looked like.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pretty good picture of it. And had to wade water. Some of them drowned. And a lot of them was killed, shot.
Tell him how you felt looking down as the others came on the beach.
How I felt.
Well, yes, or what you saw.
Well, there's a suicide deals about it. What's about it too. And they finally, all of us got in and we joined back with them. Of course, we was inland when they landed. And I don't know why the Germans didn't have that particular area that we landed in. I mean, went inland. That they didn't have it covered. But we was safe up there. Well, it wasn't safe because they could have closed in on us. And we got all together again, what was left. Finally got through to push the Germans back. Well, you can imagine people are shooting at each other to kill. It's just a rough situation. But after we blew that fence, I don't know what they call it, but there's a pool of water, sandbar and a pool of water, and his up under our arm. I had to cross it to get to the bank. Waded it. The Germans pushed back enough and they got supplies and replacements in. And we finally moved on. But it was, well, like I said, it's a bad situation. So, and you know, I never got excited or scared anything. you couldn't afford to give up. And I don't know, we lost, out of the 30, we lost 2 or 3 or 4 men, rifle fire.
What all were you carrying as you went on the beach?
Rifle ammunition, firearms, machine gun. See, I had the machine gun section, which amounted to, we had 2 squads. See, we had, I believe it was 5 men, maybe 6 to the squad, and there's 2 squads. Had 2 guns. But then, we run, you know, there's an old farmer up there on top on inland. He's out there in the house. And we finally got straightened out and started moving. We lost a lot of men. Well, out of our company, which was 200, we ended up at so far inland, only had 60 men. The rest of them was either wounded or killed. But the beach was rough. It's just like walking into a fire. But we had it rough all the way through. At St. Lo, you've heard about it. Well, our 60 men, they chose us to break the line of a night. And it's supposed to be 2 more battalions move in. And we went through the line, and nobody showed up. And we was cut off in there 2 days, nights. And lost what few motorcycles we had. I killed all of them. And tell you what, German tanks had the barrel run over the hedgerow, the one we was on. And our ammunition was staggered with armor piercing, had a steel pin in the ball. And I took a clip, put it all armor piercing. I was aiming to shoot down the barrel. One of them tanks is hoping to put the shell off in the barrel. And a sergeant grabbed me and pulled me back away from it. Won't know what I was trying to do, get killed. I said I hadn't thought of that. Which I had. What I was doing is trying to get rid of my enemy one way or the other. And before that, I was helping, that's at St. Louis, whole thing. We was there fighting for several days, couldn't get in, couldn't break the line. We went in about 3 o'clock in the night, us 60 men. And I was cut off, and I had a machine gun sitting on the hedgerow. And I don't know where this guy come from. I don't know what, but he had a big radio on his back. And I pictured the artillery spotter, but where he come from, I don't know. He was a lieutenant. And he got on me because I didn't have somebody on that machine gun. And I got back at him. I said, if you don't shut your damn mouth, you're going to have a shell in your pocket. And I went up, put my head up over the hedgerow to check to see what was out in front. And a bullet hit the hedgerow, bounced out and blacked my eye.
Wow.
I mean, that's some of the close things. Of course, everybody's that way. And that, on the beginning of the battle for St. Louis, we had machine gun, and they dug a big hole, was down in it, had dirt piled up around, and I was out helping carry the wounded off. And I thought I'd better go back and check on them. Went back, had my foot up on the pile of dirt. And they said, you better get down. Been a sniper firing up through your, there's a patch of woods below. I turned my head to leave, and he broke my neck and jaw with a bullet. And that's just some of the things that happened.
Mm-hmm. Where are you all going Thursday?
We're going to Bedford, Virginia, to the D-Day Memorial, and this is, they're calling it the final tribute. Bedford had, they lost,
Bedford, that's where the A Company was from. The National Guard unit. See, they took draftees and filled the companies up with personnel.
Bedford is a town of, they had 30, I believe it was 32 draftees that went in, and they lost 20 of them. So, Mike Pence is going to be the keynote speaker. They're having the, I believe it's the World War II airplanes that came to this area on their tour. they're going to be doing an aerial show. And I've registered Dad, and they're going to be honoring all of the World War II vets that come.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how yet or anything.
Mhm.
I just know that they have a special pavilion set up for them.
Okay. All right. It sounds
And-
like a big day.
Yeah, my cousin Jason that's going with us is going to film Dad. They're having reenactments also of certain battles
Okay.
and things. So,
After the first wave landed, the others coming in, and they got swamped. And they sunk a lot of the boats and everything. People, the soldiers out there, like I say, some of them may not have been able to swim, and they drowned it.
Mm-hmm.
See them obstacles there,
call them
and just
jack
room for the boat to go between.
Do you think about that very often?
Huh?
Do you think about D-Day very often?
Do what?
Do you think about it a lot, the D-Day? No?
No. I've walked over dead people. I don't know what but I still don't think nothing about it. And a lot of it I forget. Well, I don't know. Like I say, I just was there, and I had to do the best I could to get by.
It's a big part of our history, though. It's a major day in our history of this country, isn't it?
Yeah,
I guess you all weren't thinking of
Well,
that.
it was a rough situation
Yeah.
of getting in. And one of the first ones that landed, the ones that survived, was lucky. That's all it was to it. And on the beginning, see them exits that is this looked like a big trench that sloped down it, going off the beach. The rest of it in between them was great big high bank, steep. And we was inland, went around, moved in behind the city or village along the beach. And night called us, and like I say, there's civilians around there. And they had signs on a field that had mines in it. And the civilian told us there wasn't nothing there.
Hmm.
That'd give us a relief.
It's 75 years ago Thursday.
Huh?
It's 75 years ago Thursday. 2 days from today. It'll be 75 years since D-Day.
It don't seem like that long.
Yeah, he was 25.
As time flies, we went from the beach to St. Lo. And you know, they had to take a dozer, clean the streets out before they get through when they finally broke the thing out. It's tore all to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And we went from there to Villers, France. And from there to Brest, France. That's a submarine pens. That's where I got wounded.
Mm.